New Jersey is preparing to take center stage on the world scene this year with the FIFA World Cup set to be played at MetLife Stadium. Add to that the nation's 250th anniversary celebrations and other large scale public events, and security experts say planning is already well underway to keep millions of people safe. Greg Sanfilippo is a former U.S. Marine, former NYPD officer specializing in intelligence and counterterrorism, and now serves as the vice president of Doyle Security Services. We say good morning, Greg.
Morning, Ken.
Hey, I'm sure I don't know if you heard as I was talking about National Iwo Jima Day, and I referred to the soldiers, and my dad is a Marine. So I bet you bristled being a former Marine, like, dude, there were no soldiers there. It was U.S. Marines, USMC, baby. So I apologize for referencing the soldiers. I meant to say the Marines at Iwo Jima, something that I bet you to our
No
director. I'm like,
apologies necessary.
thank you, but thank you.
Plenty of soldiers in the Pacific Theater, but we appreciate the
Amen.
distinction. Semper Fi
You
to your
bet.
dad.
You bet. I respect and honor you and your service, sir, and I thank you for it. Let's talk about the FIFA World Cup from a security standpoint. How significant is an event that huge for Northern New Jersey?
Not only for Northern New Jersey, Ken, but for the entire country. So picture 78 Super Bowls between June 11th and July 19th. And that's really what it is when you look at these national level teams traveling in with thousands of fans. And for every team that's involved, this is a Super Bowl, and for all the security professionals protecting it and law enforcement and all first responders, this is our Super Bowl.
Amazing. So yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. For each team participating, they will bring a cadre of their fans by the thousands. And these are people from all over the world, some countries friendlier than others with us. So that must raise the level of concern significantly for security people in the United States. Talk about the kind of coordination that has to happen between federal, state, and local agencies, and even internationally.
Yeah, that coordination, as you mentioned, has already started. It actually started last year. If you remember, it was the FIFA Club Cup. So what they did was they brought in soccer teams from different leagues, right? Different club teams from around the world, and this was kind of a trial run at it. And so that those, that a blanket quilt, if you will, of all the pieces coming into play. We had a chance to run through that last year, but on a smaller scale, because this is you mentioned fans coming in, and just to give this scale, when they talk about World Cup watch parties, we're not talking about a couple of friends, gathering 20 people at your house to watch the Super Bowl. We're talking about thousands of people that come in and watch. So when you look at Liberty State Park, for example, is going to be a watch party area where that whole park is going to be really assumed by fans watching that, and a lot of fan events going on in New York City.
So if you're in law enforcement in New Jersey and New York, and it's for the weeks leading up to, and even maybe a week post, we're talking an all hands on deck, right? This is everybody. Don't plan a vacation day. You're all going to be working in some capacity, even if you're doing the street work so that other people could be working around the stadium. I'm guessing that's the case.
Absolutely 100% between New Jersey State Police, which is leading the coordination on the New Jersey side, working closely with NYPD and all the other agencies. This is 100% all hands on deck for that month. And then you layer in, we still need to do police work. You still need to respond to 911 calls. So it's going to be an excite for those that are getting bored because we are stuck in the houses with all the snow. Come June and July, it's going to be an exciting time, law enforcement and the public, right? Because you have the World Cup going on. You mentioned the 250th anniversary of the country, so when you look at those Macy's Days Parade, Macy's fireworks, and then you also throw in Fleet Week, which are going to be basically combined around this time, and then you throw in the 25th anniversary of 9/11, all going on at the same time.
No, there's a good test. There's a good test of the forces. Um, I'm guessing, and I'm just a layperson here. My dad was a police officer after he was a Marine too, but I'm guessing that just from having to talk to him over the years, and he's 95 and still kicking strong, thank God. I know that he would talk about the kind of planning that this entails. So I'm sure when we got the cup, that's when people started looking at maps and saying, all right, you have the stadium here, you have these hotels, you have these businesses. Everything has to be looked at, right? Roadways, emergency places, hospitals in the event of an emergency, having teams, mobile teams in case. I mean, this must go on and on and on. I'm guessing there were drills, et cetera, to make sure everybody was up to speed.
Absolutely can. So you look at it in the number of groups, working groups that were built out last year, and tremendous support from FIFA. So you have all those different working groups on every little thing that you mentioned. In particular, you highlighted that public-private partnership. So now my new role in private security, it's there's still working groups on how first responders can keep people safe, and working with the private sector that you know owns a lot of the spaces that we're talking about for a lot of these watch parties.
Mm. And what is the website, Greg, for companies to get more information about Doyle?
It's at doylesecurityservices.com, Doyle.
Perfect. Vice President of Doyle Security Services, Greg Sanfilippo, thank you for coming on this morning. Let's pray for everything going nice and safely this summer. We appreciate you.
My pleasure, Ken.